So it's gotten to the point where people are getting out of their cars and just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Like, people are going up to the railing and kind of peeking over, trying to see if there's any kind of traffic or something. But yeah, there are several people who have just decided to get out of their cars because we are just not moving at all. Good afternoon from Islands of Adventure. Just a little bit of a wait to get into the park today. Nothing too crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are once again at Islands of Adventure for another maskless day at Universal Studios, which is absolutely exciting. We are here on a Tuesday afternoon. So, you guys saw our last video from Universal Studios. We were here on a Saturday, and you saw how crowded it was and how busy it was. It was the very first day of masks not being required outdoors. So now we are here on a weekday to see what the difference is like, so that way you guys know more or less what to expect if you guys come down here on a weekday versus on a weekend at Universal Studios when masks are no longer required outdoors. So I'm excited to be here to walk around the park, ride a few rides, maybe get on the VelociCoaster. I'm here to film another video for the VelociCoaster as well, so that's going to be exciting. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for that video whenever it comes out very, very soon. But let's head on out and explore the rest of the park. And you guys can probably tell by the crowd levels out here, still a little bit busy, not nearly as busy as it was on Saturday, but we are quickly approaching summertime here in Florida. We're actually pretty much already in summertime, but yeah, as far as crowd levels are concerned, we're starting to see some of the summer crowds already appearing in the Orlando theme parks. Here's an interesting change. The costume characters are no longer wearing face masks. That's awesome. Something that I find very interesting is that there are a lot less people wearing face masks today compared to Saturday. Saturday was the first day, and we've had a few days of this, you know, new guidance in the parks. So, very interesting, a lot less people wearing face masks. Oof, man, I tell you guys what, I could really go for a water ride right now. Holy cow, it is hot. Woo boy, River Adventure is also an 80-minute wait. I'll see if I can come back a little bit later unless I get really desperate. And this is the line for Burger Dates at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Fairly lengthy, but not nearly as long as we saw on Saturday. It was wrapped around the corner, and when I came here on Saturday, I filmed that clip at about 1 o'clock-ish. I love that the VelociCoaster is getting some much deserved attention right before its grand opening next month. We are less than a month away from its official grand opening. And it just makes me wonder how much longer until this whole area turns from Jurassic Park into Jurassic World. Part of me is thinking that we still have a little while to go until we see Jurassic Park turn into Jurassic World, only because for the opening of the VelociCoaster, they spent a lot of time redoing this entire area and redoing the facade for the Discovery Center. They repainted everything, the letters up here, and they even gave the dinosaur over here a touch-up. They gave it all a good fresh coat of paint. So I think it's still going to be a little while. Well, as to be expected, these are soft openings. The attraction does not officially open until June 10th, but even then, delays are expected.
A brief delay in operation. Nothing to fear. We apologize and thank you for your patience.
It's incredible how there are signs everywhere saying that the VelociCoaster is in technical rehearsal, but the second it goes down for a delay or a technical issue or something, people get so upset and pissed off. I see people walking away. Stop wasting our time. Just tell us the truth. Bruh. You're lucky if you get to ride, period. Alright guys, my turn to ride the VelociCoaster. Get my pad in here and get anything else that's on me, like my phone. See you guys in a little bit. Oh my God. Another fantastic ride on the VelociCoaster as always. This was what, ride number 4 for me. I'll put the picture up over here so you guys can see it. I got the photo pass thing again, so you guys will be able to see all my on-ride photos, which is absolutely fantastic. I got front row again. It was phenomenal. It was posted at a 60-minute wait when I walked in, and I ended up waiting about 50, so not bad at all. Not complaining in the slightest bit. And as I lose more and more weight, you know, of course it's little by little. I'm not losing a dramatic amount of weight in a short amount of time, but it is more and more comfortable for me to ride the VelociCoaster, and front row is of course the best. They don't have to staple me as hard, and it's just an all-in-all phenomenal experience. I absolutely recommend it to any thrill seeker out there. Such a fun ride. Such a fun ride. Let's go ride something else. The only problem that I had with the ride is that I got a little ballsy, and I had my hands up for most of the ride, and for the Motosaurus roll, the very last barrel roll before you go back into the station, I decided to try and put my hands up, just to see what it felt like. We got midway through and I freaked out. I put my hands down and I went to, you know, grab on, and I tucked my legs in underneath the seat, and I ended up giving myself a little bit of a cramp. So as I was going back into the station, I was trying to stretch my leg out and, you know, make the cramp go away. So that was my fault because I freaked out in the middle of that roll. But other than that, still a great time. Alrighty, here is a look at the current crowd levels inside Hogsmeade. Not nearly as bad as we saw on Saturday, that's for darn sure. Alright, so I know it says 90 minutes, but they just changed it. It was 60 minutes before. So I'm going to take a gamble on this one, and we're going to head on inside, try to ride in Hagrids. I haven't been on it in quite a while, actually, so let's go. That was such a fun ride on Hagrid, and I got lucky. I got to ride twice. I think it was because during the show scene in the building, we actually got held there for a couple minutes. I think that's what was it, because a couple other people in front of me got to re-ride as well. I don't know about everyone else in the car with me, but anyways, I'm not complaining. I got to ride twice. I'm gonna put the pictures here and here for you guys to see. Absolutely phenomenal. Not complaining at all. It's crazy. Little baby steps when it comes to my weight loss journey. Visually, you can't really tell, but when I get on these rides, I can tell. I'm riding Hagrids easier and easier now. I'm not having to push down the lap bar as much as I did to have to get it past the line. I feel a lot more comfortable, and even VelociCoaster 2, me being able to fit on it a little bit easier this time compared to the last time I was here. Absolutely phenomenal. It's the tiny victories. All right, we got about 20 minutes left until the park closes. It does close at 7 today. Good news is, by the way, a little bit of a tangent. The good news is that starting next week, it looks like we're going to go into summer hours for Universal Studios, where Islands of Adventure is going to be closing at 9, and then on the weekends at 10. Starting next week, and I think at some point during the summer it goes to 10 o'clock on the weekdays as well, which is awesome to hear. But anyways, we're gonna see if we can squeeze in one last ride. We're gonna see if we can get on the Incredible Hulk coaster. We went on every other major coaster at the park today, so why not round it out with the Incredible Hulk, huh? Just like that, we got every major roller coaster at Islands of Orlando done today. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'll put the picture up over here so that you guys can see, and you'll also notice that there's someone sitting next to me. I don't know that person. So a couple videos ago, I told you guys that, you know, you could request to sit by yourself. That's not a thing on the Incredible Hulk anymore. I don't know what changed, you know, the new mask mandates and social distancing and everything. You know, I asked them if I could sit by myself, and they said no, they have to at least sit one other single rider there. So they gave me a lot of crap for it. So it is what it is. Just be aware of that. I mean, if you're wanting to sit by yourself, I mean, try to come at the very end of the day like I did. Maybe you'll get lucky, but just be prepared for that. You know, things are changing over here at Universal Studios. So it's either get comfortable with it or don't come at all, unfortunately. So it sucks that that's the way it has to be, but that it I'm just letting you guys know it is what it is. There's a special event of some kind going on tonight. You see a lot of people outside waiting, rolling out a red carpet too. How awesome is that? Oh yeah, a lot of folks waiting to get into the park tonight. Some kind of company buyout, I'm guessing, maybe? I don't know. Mental note, try to leave the park just a wee bit earlier next time. I honestly don't think I've been a part of an exodus like this from Universal Studios in such a long time. My only theory as to why it's like this is because the parks closed at the same time. Both of them closed at 7. Typically they stagger their closing, but I think because of that private event, it might be taking over both parks. So that's why I think it's like this, so crazy getting out. You guys want to know another byproduct of the parks not closing at a staggered like time? I'm not going anywhere for a while because literally everybody's trying to leave right now when I've never had to deal with anything like this before. The closest thing I've ever had to deal with like this was Disney Springs at New Year's Eve when I worked at the AMC theater over there. But this is absolutely insane. I've never been stuck like this. They normally stagger close for a reason, and this is why, I think. I guess if I have any hopes of getting out of here anytime soon, I should probably get in line, right? 14, she's old enough to be this is my life now. I live here. Haven't moved.
I'll take it from here.
It's been 10 minutes.
Just sign the form. Got it.
Yeah. And just so you guys get a little frame of reference, it's 7:49 right now. We'll see how long I'm actually here for. Oh, look at that. 10 minutes later, we got some movement. Yay. We only moved 5 feet, but it's something. So if you guys don't already follow me on Twitter, I highly suggest you do so. I've been like live tweeting this whole time as to like every time something happens, like, hey, we moved 5 feet. And then Universal was like, yeah, we know what's going on. Stay patient. In other words, that's code for stop tweeting at us because I keep adding them. Oh man. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, I highly suggest you do so. So it's gotten to the point where people are getting out of their cars and just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Like people are going up to the railing and kind of peeking over, trying to see if there's any kind of traffic or something. But yeah, there are several people who have just decided to get out of their cars because we are just not moving at all. Also, Coda's on the phone. Say hi.
Hi.
This vlog is going to be very interesting. Oh, woot woot. And it's not like I have any other alternative as far as getting out of here because all the rows now are just full of cars. So I think I'm pretty lucky to be in the position that I'm in, all things considered, that I'm in a straightaway. So no matter what, I'm going to be moving forward, whereas these guys are just going to be moving down the rows that they're in. So I was just telling Coda that this is probably going to leave a lot of bad tastes in people's mouths because people are, some people are here for the first time and they're gonna be like, I'm never going back there again. The, getting out was crazy. It was a nightmare. I promise you, it's not like this every single day. This is the first time in all the years I've been coming to Universal, I've never experienced this before at Universal. So this is like a one-off experience. Also, it is now 8:10. All right, so I mean, we're slowly but surely making our way out. There's a lot of cars in other rows who are, gradually making their way in. We're kind of running on the system of, one car goes and then I go, one car goes and then I go. If that makes any sense, but at least we're making some kind of progress. All right, updates. We're about halfway through.
Yay.
Coda. Finally, we're making the turn to get out of here. It's not over yet, though. We still got quite a ways to go. We got a couple floors to go down, but it's progress. Okay, so as you guys can see, we're out of the parking garage. Just got out not too long ago. And it is 8:28 right now, so I'm still in this little bit of a conundrum, but I mean, at least we're out of the parking garage. It's been an hour. Well, dang it. Look at the bus. So many more cars in a line, all trying to get to the interstate. Oh boy. Freedom! Freedom! If there's a plus side to getting stuck in the parking garage, at least I managed to avoid all the traffic that pops up right past Disney property before Champions Gate. So there is some good news with that. Gotta think of the positives.